Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I am doing my cousin's makeup for her birthday. We are doing a really cute like pinkish purplish type look, and it will be a cut crease. So I am starting off with the transition color, and it is a pretty like magenta, maybe fuchsia type pink, and I'm just working that in. And as I'm putting it on her eyes, I'm blending it in, like kind of smoking it out in a sense. I don't like for the transition color to be super strong. It's just not cute to me when it's time to do the cut crease. So I put the color on and then I blend it out with a fluffy brush. Okay, now I'm going in the crease with a purplish color, and I'm just moving my brush back and forth. And this is a fluffy brush, not as fluffy as the brush I used to blend in, like that one. It's a little bit smaller so I could get into the crease, but now I'm blending in both colors together. All right, so both colors are blended together, nice and smooth and kind of smoked out. So now I'm going to take a makeup wipe and wipe off a bit of that color from her lids, and that's just to prep for the cut crease. So now I'm going to do the cut crease with an eyeshadow brush. I flattened it out on my hands, and then I dipped it into the J. LaRue Cosmetics eyeshadow base. I'll have the product information in the description box. Also, as I'm going along and doing the cut crease, it helps to flatten the brush that way as well. And I know she is at a pretty weird angle, but you know, I had to work with what I was able to work with. So as you can see, I finished both cut creases on both eyes, and I did not go all the way to the end of the eye because of the certain look that I wanted to create. So I stopped the cut crease like almost at the end of her eye, but not quite. It may be like a quarter amount of space left. So now I'm going to take a kind of sort of fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna smooth down the rest of the product. I don't want too much. I don't need it to be super wet because that's gonna mess up the eyeshadow. So I'm smoothing it down so I can prepare to put the eyeshadow that I want on top of it. I absolutely love this eyeshadow base. You don't necessarily need a base, but I prefer it because I like for my eyeshadows to show up a certain way. So I definitely love this base, and I do recommend it. So on her lids, I'm putting it's like a mauve type color, and there's some pink hues in it as well, but I'm going to use that color in the middle to set the foundation of the eyeshadow. And then I'm going to go in close to the tear duct area with a lighter like champagne type color, and I'm going to smooth that in and kind of blend it in to the pinkish mauve type color so it can appear to be, you know, a smooth transition into the next colors. I don't want any harsh lines. I know this angle is really weird, you guys, but I only was working with one ring light. I had two, but one of them decided that it was not going to turn on or work anymore. So I had her facing this way, or I had her facing at this angle because of the only ring light that I had to work with. I needed to see. So I had to face her this way. So I hope that you guys can really see what I'm doing here. But yeah, I had to work with what I had. And as you can see, I am not covering the entire cut crease with eyeshadow because I wanted it to look a certain way. I wanted to achieve that nude type line that goes right above the eyeshadow. So I made sure to just not go up into that line so it could stay nice and smooth and sharp. Now I'm going in with that darker purple again, and I'm only getting the corners of her eye, and I'm going to smoke that out. Now I'm going to smoke it out as much as possible because again, I don't want it super harsh. I want it to be smoked but soft at the same time. So I go in with a smaller fluffy brush to apply it the first time, and then once it's on there, I take my fluffy brush, my bigger fluffy brush, and I go back in to blend it out to make sure that it's nice and smooth, and everything is, and all of the colors are transitioning smoothly into the others. I went ahead and did her lashes off camera, and as you can see, the lashes really do add a pop to the shadow. So that is another reason why I don't like to go super heavy, and I prefer to do like the smoked out eyeshadow because I don't want it to be super harsh. Now I'm using foundation. This is Fenty Beauty Long Wear Lasting Foundation. I believe that's the name of it. Again, I'll have it in the description box. But I am putting Fenty foundation on her skin, and I'm blending it out with a beauty blender. I do spray about 3 sprays from a water bottle onto the sponge before I apply the foundation to her face. I do enjoy a damp sponge when doing this process because the foundation just comes out looking more radiant and smooth on the skin. So now this is one of my favorite parts of doing makeup. I am getting ready to do her highlight and contouring process. I am starting with Fenty Beauty's concealer, and then I'm going to go on top of that with a little Tarte. I believe the Tarte might be a shade lighter than the Fenty Beauty, and I do like to do that. I'll start with a certain tone of concealer, and then I'll use a lighter one like right underneath the eyelid. I just like the way it looks. So I am doing that, and then I'm going to contour with Juvia's Place foundation stick, and that's going to be in the tone Benin. So I make marks on the cheeks and about 3 going across the forehead. At this point, I do like to spray a bit of setting spray, and I use the Morphe Continuous Spray. I did cover her eyes because I didn't want to risk her eyes getting too wet and it ruining the eyeshadow. So I use the setting spray like right after I start the contouring process because I do want it to go ahead and start setting in the skin. It just, I don't know, it just makes for a more smoother and flawless finish. So now I'm blending out the contour first, and I like to blend out the contour first because it allows for a smoother finish when it comes to blending out the highlight. So I don't really like harsh lines when it comes to contouring, so I feel like blending out the contour first and then blending the highlight afterwards, I feel like that gives me a more smooth finish, and I'm blending that highlight into the contour. To smooth out the highlighted areas, I am going back to a beauty blender, and the beauty blender for this process is damp as well. I spray about 2 to 3 sprays, and then I tap the beauty blender on my hand or my arm about 2 times. I don't want it too damp, because that's gonna start to put like blotches in the skin, if that makes sense. So just, you know, a little tap. So everything is nice and blended out. So now I'm going to set with Fenty Beauty setting powder, and I'm also going to, I set the highlight with Fenty Beauty setting powder, and after that I'm going to go in and set the contour as well, and I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty's bronzer for the contour. So now I'm going to clean up the excess setting powder, and I'm going to do that with a really big fluffy brush. I'm gonna get all of where I set her highlight, and under the eyes you see I was kind of running into the lashes. I'm gonna switch over into a smaller fluffy brush. So now I'm going in and I am setting her face with a pressed powder, and I am getting pretty much every area of her face besides directly underneath her eyes, because I want to keep that part nice and bright. But yes, you still want to set the entire face minus under the eyes with a pressed powder. You don't want your face to go unset, because then it's not going to give you that nice, smooth, sultry, soft look. Next step is blush. I used a Juvia's Place blush palette, and I placed it like right on top of the contour and just worked it in tapping motions. And I added some more contour underneath just to make sure that, you know, it's pronounced and that the contour and the blush will be seen. The lip liner I'm using is a regular lip liner from the Beauty Supply in the shade of dark brown. So I'm just going to line her lips, preparing for the lip color that I'm going to use, which is going to be a pink gloss and then a nude like matte lip color. I'm going to blend those together and do a ombre type lip, which is pretty much my favorite thing to do on lips. I love to ombre me some lips. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. And after that, I will highlight her face on the tip of her nose, along the bridge, and her forehead, chin, and cheeks right on top of that blush and contour. And then I will set, and I set with Mario Badescu facial spray. And in behind that, I spray the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. That combo is, oh my gosh, I absolutely love that combo. Your makeup really will last all day and all night with that combo. So this is it, you guys. This is the look. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and comment and share this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much again. And I will be doing much more of these types of videos. And also, let me know if you want to see more of these videos. Thank you so much, you guys, and I will see you next time.